Stocks clock gains ahead of the New Year week. Auto stocks lead the charge, followed by financials, while realty and energy are in the soft spot. Midcaps underperform. The Indian rupee in a free fall, posting its biggest fall in nearly 2 years, falls a sharp 0.5% to a new low of 85.73 from Thursday's close of 85.27 per dollar on sustained buying by importers. Dealers say some of the RBI's positions in the NDF market are expiring today, and the RBI may be allowing them to be settled in the onshore market. UltraTech Cement picks up a near 9% stake in Star Cement for a little over 850 crore rupees as consolidation in the cement sector continues. The transaction is expected to be the first leg of the bigger stake buy. Concord and Viro, Dam Capital, Mamta Machinery, Sanathan Textiles and Transrail Lighting all debut on stock exchanges with a strong gains of over their offer price. The bumper listings are likely to boost the primary market sentiment. The architect of India's economic liberalization and former Prime Minister Dr Manmohan Singh dies at 92. Tributes pour in from far and wide, and India declares 7 days of mourning.
I, Manmoham Singh, do swear in the name of God I am not going to be a candidate for the Prime Ministership if the UPA were to come back into power. माना कि तेरी दीद के काबिल नहीं हूँ मैं, तू मेरा शौक तो देख, मेरा इंतजार देख.
I can tell you that here at the G20, when the Prime Minister speaks, people listen.
You know, when you go into the RBI, you will get so immersed in numbers like money supply, credit growth, inflation, interest rate, repo rate, that you will forget that there are real people behind these numbers. Always keep your ear close to the ground.
He was an economist in a sense.
The former Indian Prime Minister Dr Manmohan Singh has passed away at the age of 92. He died of age-related conditions and was admitted to the Delhi's AIIMS hospital last evening. He was the Prime Minister of India for 2 terms under the Congress-led United Progressive Alliance. Following the news of his passing away, tributes have been pouring in from across the globe. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Home Minister Amit Shah paid their respects earlier this morning. Congress leaders Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi Vadra also paid their tribute this morning. Let's in fact listen into what the Prime Minister Narendra Modi himself had to say about the late Manmohan Singh.
पूर्व प्रधानमंत्री डॉक्टर मनमोहन सिंह जी के निधन ने हम सभी के हृदय को गहरी पीड़ा पहुंचाई है। उनका जाना एक राष्ट्र के रूप में भी हमारे लिए बहुत बड़ी क्षति है। जनता के प्रति, देश के विकास के प्रति उनका जो कमिटमेंट था, उसे हमेशा बहुत सम्मान से देखा जाएगा। आज इस कठिन घड़ी में मैं उनके परिवार के प्रति अपनी संवेदनाएं व्यक्त करता हूं। मैं डॉक्टर मनमोहन सिंह जी को सभी देशवासियों की तरफ से श्रद्धांजलि अर्पित करता हूं।
We also spoke to former RBI governors Raghuram Rajan and D. Subbarao, who reflected on Manmohan Singh's legacy as a finance minister and prime minister.
He was an economist in a sense, because as you pointed out, in the initial reforms he carried out, you had to have faith in the theory, that the theory would work, that in the face of a currency crisis, you liberalized imports. Ordinarily one would think that that would suddenly boost imports and you would have more of a problem. But he saw that as part of a package which would set India on a new course. And I think, we've had 3 decades of robust growth since then. 6% by and large, something nations would kill for. And I think he laid the foundations for that, of course, along with Prime Minister Narasimha Rao. But the initial reforms when he was finance minister, I mean, that is huge, and it still plays out today.
I think Dr. Manmohan Singh had great regard for the Reserve Bank of India. He'd understood that the Reserve Bank is a treasure trove of knowledge. If he wanted an opinion from an outside government source, you always sought the RBI's opinion, like I said, about the FDI and single brand retail. You sought our opinion about the land acquisition bill. He sought our opinion about the NREGA expansion. And you also, once he asked me sometime, about 6 months after I'd got into the Reserve Bank, why is everybody talking about the Reserve Bank policy? And I just kept quiet. Then he said, something very, as if he spoke to himself. He said, the RBI is a great institution. Everybody should not be talking about what the RBI ought to be doing.
Market experts Nirisha of Kotak AMC as well as Manish Shokhani, director of Enam Holdings, also shared their tributes for Dr. Manmohan Singh. Listen in.
For all the people of our generation, he was the person who gave wings to our dreams. Prior to our generation, opportunity was study in India, go abroad for opportunity. But when the economic liberalization was launched, we were passing through phases where we had to pledge gold to raise foreign exchange loan. And the whole market and economy was looking up. I'm glad that I became part of a tribe which stayed back in India. And thanks to the liberalization and reforms launched by Dr. Manmohan Singh, all of us have enjoyed today's India. So our generation owe eternal debt to Dr. Manmohan Singh.
As India liberalized and opened up to the world, we all are actually beneficiaries of that creation, which Prime Minister Rao and Finance Minister Manmohan Singh then unleashed. And you're seeing the big benefits of that coming to us, 35 years later, as we said today. And his career to me actually bookends my own career in a way, that I started as a young student benefiting from him. And his other bookend is when he became Prime Minister and did the landmark nuclear deal with US and formed the rapprochement, which we finally had with the United States. And that unleashed the next layer of growth for India as well. I think those would be the kind of 2 seminal things we all would remember him for.
Let's also take a look at the highs and lows of Dr. Manmohan Singh's career in politics and administration.
Dr. Manmohan Singh was the most unlikely Prime Minister. He was more an accidental one. When Sonia Gandhi refused to take the job in 2004, it was the mild-mannered, soft-spoken economist who was a choice. While it did cause much heartburn in the Congress, Sonia Gandhi was convinced that Dr. Singh was the right man for the job. Indo-US nuclear deal turned out to be a watershed moment. Dr. Singh was convinced that it was a good deal and would fulfill India's energy needs. The left threatened to withdraw support and urged Dr. Singh and Sonia Gandhi to defer the deal. But he dug his heels in. Dr. Singh not only dared the left to walk out, he also said he would resign if asked to take back the deal.
I'm very proud to say that our Prime Minister, Shri Manmohan Singh ji, has recognized both the problem and a potential solution. The magic of what Sri Manmohan Singh ji is doing is that within the problem, he has identified an opportunity that is significantly larger than the problem itself. I would like to support our Prime Minister and like to say that he has shown tremendous courage and confidence in the Indian people.
Sonia Gandhi was convinced. She asked the party to get on board. Mulayam Singh, Ajit Singh also backed the deal and it went through. The left did withdraw the support, but the UPA was steady. Singh emerged as king, and this was reinforced when he came back to power with a thumping majority in 2009, riding high on farm loan waivers.
हमारे यूपीए सरकार ने जो किसानों के लिए किया है, जो कर्ज की माफ़ी कर रहे हैं, तो वो एक क्रांतिकारी कदम है, एक ऐतिहासिक कदम है.
But soon after victory, things started to unravel in UPA too. Dr. Singh objected to the inclusion of A. Raja and T.R. Balu as ministers, but the DMK threatened to withdraw support. He had to succumb to pressure and things were never the same again. Corruption allegations propped up. The coal scam hit Dr. Singh and he was summoned for questioning by the parliamentary committee. He was also accused of going soft on the 2G scam.
15वीं लोकसभा की सरकार आजादी के बाद इस देश की सबसे बेस्ट सरकार है. 2G में 1,76,000 करोड़ का घाटा और कोयला आवंटन में 1,86,000 करोड़ की लूट. इसके बाद ये सरकार एक मिनट भी अपने पद पर बचने का अधिकार नहीं रखती है.
UPA ministers rushed to defend him, but the damage was already done.
मैं आज इनसे आग्रह करूंगा कि संसद में आके डिबेट करें. अगर हम गलत हैं तो हमें कटघरे में खड़ा करें. इश्यू इसके इसमें कोई धांधलेबाजी नहीं है. ये कहने का मतलब है कोल कहीं बिका नहीं है. दिस होल क्लेम इज फॉल्स एंड इट इज मैलिफाइड.
The dismantling of the UPA too coincided with the rise of Narendra Modi, who projected himself as a clean alternative to the corruption-ridden UPA.
दिल्ली की सल्तनत ने भारत के संघीय ढांचे को पिछले 50 साल में जो नुकसान न हुआ हो, उससे ज्यादा नुकसान ये UPA 2 ने किया है.
Dr. Singh was visibly shaken. His own party had begun to speak out against him. Many felt that he should have been replaced.
I would be very happy to work for the Congress party under the leadership of Mr. Rahul Gandhi.
Sources say close to the 2014 Lok Sabha elections, Dr. Manmohan Singh was hurt and felt let down by his own party. In his last press conference as the Prime Minister, this is what he said.
History will be kinder to me than the contemporary media or for that matter the opposition parties in parliament.
Over time, Modi had an amicable relationship with Dr. Singh. While he reserved his attacks for the Gandhis, he understood that Dr. Singh enjoyed global support. Case in point is former US President Barack Obama's tribute to Dr. Singh in his memoir, calling him wise, thoughtful and honest. It's been a long journey for Dr. Singh. The man who many dismissed as a political novice went on to bring the UPA to power for 2 terms and emerged out of the shadows of Sonia Gandhi. Today, he leaves behind a legacy of grace.
Welcome back to Business Lunch on CNBC TV18. Quick look at what the market is doing as of now. It is off the day's highest point. It's trading somewhere around 23,844, 0.4% of gain. But yes, it's been in that range of 23,800 to 23,900, around that mark. So keeping an eye on that. Let's pull out the Nifty Midcap. That's on the red side right now. Look at it, not doing pretty much anything right now. Down 0.1% in trade. In the morning, it was holding on to gains, and then we saw it give up those gains, and then since then just been almost near the day's lowest point. Nifty Bank managing to hold on to some bit of a green right now that you're seeing coming in. 0.2% of gain for the Nifty Bank as well. Autos and pharmas, those are the two sectors that have been outperforming in today's trading session, so keep an eye on that. Also specifically AIIMS drug, let's pull that up, because if you look at it on a week-to-date basis or even today's chart, we're seeing a sharp uptick coming in for the stock today also. 9% uptick, and in the last few trading sessions also we have seen a sharp uptick, and this is coming in after the company has signed an MOU with a large European pharma company for a CDMO business for around 1,700 crores. So big one coming in for AIIMS drugs, and that is why in focus. Intellect Design, some bit of a profit booking today was seen earlier on in the day as well. Last few trading sessions it was gaining consistently, so yes, some bit of a profit booking that is seen for Intellect Design. But yes, that was some of the names coming in from the broader market front. That's about the markets right now, moving in that range of 23,800 to 900. But let's move on and talk about the Indian rupee that has fallen more sharply than other EM currencies today to 85.73 from its overnight close of 85.27. Now, dealers say that the expiry of NDF contracts may be an additional reason for this fall. But Lata is here to explain us all of this in terms of details. Lata?
There are the traditional reasons, or rather the reasons that are common for the last 7-8 weeks that has caused the rupee's fall. The dollar strength, it remains at over 108.15, the dollar index that is. As well, there has been persistent importer buying. There has always been FPI buying of dollars as they sell out of Indian shares. But additionally, in the last week of any month, and more so the quarter, the importers, oil importers in particular, buy dollars to make their payments. That continues. But one big reason why the move could be exaggerated now is the thinness of the market. Practically all foreign bank treasuries are being manned by one person. A lot of FPIs are not on the scene. So, you know, a sell order or a buy order has a larger impact when the number of trades are not too many. The dealer community also believe that the Reserve Bank may have changed its policy so far of having a gentle depreciation to allowing the rupee to find its level. This could have come following the publication of the RBI bulletin, the December bulletin, which highlighted that in November, on an average, the rupee was overvalued by 8.2% or thereabouts, which is very high. Normally, the rupee's overvaluation is about 104 to 100, I mean, with the base as 100. So the overvaluation was more obviously because the Trump election news came and we saw a very sharp appreciation of the dollar. But that could have triggered more speculative attacks on the rupee, and the Reserve Bank could be allowing the rupee to find its level for once rather than give speculators a free run or a better exit point. A fourth reason that people are talking about is the Reserve Bank's positions in the NDF market. This has become a talking point that the Reserve Bank took long rupee, short dollar positions in the NDF offshore market. And those are either 1 month or 3 month contracts. The contracts mature on the last Friday of the month. And it's possible that the Reserve Bank, instead of rolling it over, has transferred some, and it is having an impact on the onshore market. While a 50 paise fall of the rupee in a single day is, something unusual, something we have not seen in the recent past. We have seen it during the taper tantrum. We have seen it during the global financial crisis. So the 50 paise looks exaggerated because lately the Reserve Bank has been holding the rupee very ranged. But I just want to bring up the quarter to date and the year to date fall of the rupee. It's not quite quarter to date. I have taken November 1st to today and Jan 1st to today. And you just look at the comparison. The rupee has actually outperformed even after today's fall The fall from November 1 is 1.5%. And look at the comparable. You know, we have a lot of imports from China. And if our currency doesn't depreciate as much as theirs, we could be flooded by Chinese goods. So in spite of today's depreciation, we are still much less depreciated compared to the renminbi. And if you looked at the year to date as well, the rupee's depreciation at 2.87, nearly 3% actually, the rupee's depreciated almost 3%, is much less compared to, you know, yen, compared to the Indonesian rupiah, Korean won, the renminbi. All of them have depreciated as much or more than us.
Okay, Lata, you know, thank you so much for giving us those details in terms of rupees and what it actually means for our economy as well. But on that note, we're going to slip into a very short break. On the other side, we'll take a look at how India swiggied in 2024, so don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Business Lunch on CNBC TV18, and let's look at how you swiggied in 2024 this time. Now, from gold coins worth 8.3 lakh rupees this Dhanteras to 307 roses per minute on Valentine's Day, and even incognito chips at midnight, India's shopping cart in 2024 was as diverse as it was quirky. Now today we are diving into how India swiggied in 2024, the Instamart edition that has come. Now Delhi and Dehradun emerged as the ultimate big spenders, shelling out over 20 lakh rupees each on essentials like atta and oil. Meanwhile, when you look at it, a Mumbai pet lover made tails wag, spending 15 lakh rupees on dog and cat food. Ever wondered what actually keeps India awake at night? And let's look at that, because between 10 p.m. to 4 a.m., chips, ice cream and cold drinks is what dominated the carts, and that's what you were binging on. And Bangalore proved to be a clean sweep city, ordering and a record number of 2.7 lakh toothbrushes that we saw from Bangalore. Now, festive season, that was also a splurge and a cheer that came in. What stole the show there was an Ahmedabad man over there has set gold standards with 8.3 lakh rupees purchase on gold coins this Dhanteras, while Delhi went all in on poker chips, spending 4.6 lakh rupees this Diwali. Now, speed thrills, look at that. Who wanted it the quickest? We had Kochi that clocked this year's fastest delivery, just 89 seconds. It was just a distance of 180 meters, but surely that was something that is very interesting. Now, in terms of diaspora kept their connection very strong this time as well, with Canada leading international orders for milk, dosa batter as well as water. Now, in its fourth edition, How India Swiggy 2024 highlights the quirks as well as cravings of the nation that loves its fast, festive and convenience. So that was an interesting one that came in from Swiggy, and that's how you swiggied in 2024. But on that note, you know, we are absolutely out of time with this edition of Business Lunch on CNBC TV18. Thank you so much for tuning in. Up next, Midcap Radar.